did what was necessary to win the ball game. Ball Knob, we knew was coming off a good year, and we went over and played them, and we expected a tough game. We got one. We came out winning, though. We're always grateful to win, and third ball game, of course, Greene County came in. They were undefeated and had a good football team, and we was able to win that football game, and we were very fortunate to win it, but we played well.
Okay, Coach, with those three games, out of the way, and the tough conference race starting, and looks like we've got a toughie to start off with Nettleton, and of course that's who the Redskins have got this week, and of course next week it's Gosnell, so two tough games in a row. But Nettleton coming in with a reputation of Shatley, the quarterback, being a top-notch ball player, so we saw him last year, saw him for the last 2 years. But what are the Redskins looking at in Nettleton Raiders?
Well, I was talking to Chris Buxton the other night on the telephone, and Chris, of course, he's covering the Nettleton Raiders this year. And he told me, he said, Shatley's a much better quarterback than he was last year. He said he's a lot bigger, a lot stronger. And we have noticed on film he does have a real quick release. He is definitely a top prospect. I didn't know whether he was or not, but I've watched him throw the football, and with the type of release he's got, he's a Division I prospect. I believe that. Throws the football as well as anybody we're going to see come into Schoonover Stadium to quarterback and throw the football. They've got also an excellent running game to go with him, and I think that Nettleton is much tougher defensively than what they were last year. They've got some outstanding players. Matt Zippel, big running back. He's 6'3", weighs about 210 pounds, and he's a hard man to get down. He also plays in the secondary for them. The two linebackers have impressed me very much because their kids will go about 215, can run to the ball a lot better than what they had last year. Nettleton is an improved football team. They got it all together. It's going to be a tough opponent.
Okay, Coach, so what you're saying is they mix it up. They're not only just a passing team; they can run also.
With Tim Peel, this sophomore running back they got a lot more speed in the backfield too when they go to the high formation. He's capable of running the sweep, and he's able to cut back against fast pursuing defense and pick up some yards. So we're going to have to really zero on him, and he does a fine job. Nettleton is a much better football team this year than they were last year.
Okay, Coach. Nettleton comes in. I know they defeated Truman last week. What is their record coming into this game? With
their record coming in is 2-0-1. They had a tie with Harrisburg. I have not seen the Harrisburg tape. We didn't really want to see it. We know that Harrisburg did some things that gave them some problems, but Nettleton evidently had something like 10 turnovers. And we did not want to look at that simply because if you look at it, you might not see a whole lot. They had a lot of turnovers, made a lot of mistakes. I remember Coach Dover had an article in the paper, this here's a game to show people how not to play football. But they got it back together last week, went into Truman, and tell the truth about it, they outplayed Truman, out-hustled them, and they look like a hungry football team and a team that is capable of beating anybody around here on a given night.
Okay, Coach, you mentioned turnovers there, of course, with the threat of rain here. How much effect does that have on your particular game plan, the threat of bad weather, rain?
I think if you can play, you can play. If you can't, you can't. A lot of people say they can't move the football on bad weather, but I remember years ago, Claire Bates, my old high school coach, told me one thing. He said, Dave said, a slow football team gets slower, and a fast one gets a little slower. So I'm going to go with what he told me years ago, and he said, don't try to handle the ball on fourth down situation to give them the ball back and make them play on their end of the field. So Coach Bates was a master of the kicking game, and his philosophy was always punt on third down when you were in minus territory, and I've even seen him punt the ball back on second down and give them the ball because in that kind of weather they're going to make mistakes. But he did not want the ball in minus territory. He wanted to handle the ball across the 50 or at least good field position. I saw him win a lot of games that way. Bear Bryant coached that way, and I think that's probably a pretty good philosophy.
Coach, you're talking about that, about the kicking game. I've noticed one thing that's kind of stood out to me is the field position, the kick coverage that you've had this year. The Redskins have handled that real well. The first two ball games seemed like the other team always had the ball on their end of the field. So I know that's a priority with you.
We emphasize the kick off quite a bit, and the thing of it is we've had some kickers the last 2 years who put the ball where you wanted it to the right people. And we've had kids who were willing to run down the football field real fast and make tackles. In 1991, that was probably a sore place with us. We had an outstanding team that year, but the kicking game, I think, cost us ball games. And so we have tried to emphasize that, and we've had a bunch of kids that really want to run down the field and make tackles. And sometimes you got that, and sometimes you don't. So we're fortunate we've had some good players.
Coach, and speaking of, thus far in the season, any really high points that you see, or anything outstanding that's been surprising to you so far?
Well, I think we've played together as a team real well. We've got a number of sophomores playing, and every year I make the statement, hey, these guys are not going to play as much this year. And I look up and we'll have 8 or 9 of them playing. And that's the same thing. These other teams that come in, basically they're a junior, senior football team, but we wind up playing quite a few 10th graders. And it doesn't seem to make any difference. You can play, you can play. If you can't, you can't. And our young men have done a good job. I think our second team has been able to play some in certain situations, and that's given us some depth and strength and improved the football team.
Okay, Coach, and so it's Nettleton this week, and without going into a whole lot of detail, let's talk a little bit about Gosnell next week. We do go down to Gosnell. I believe Coach Malone said there's about a 90-mile trip. We'd like to have everybody possible to come down there, but tell us a little bit about Gosnell, what we're going to see next week.
Well, only made one trip to Gosnell, and that was probably the worst experience of my coaching career here at Pocahontas, to tell the truth about it. We went over with a very good football team, and seemed to be a very difficult place to play. We wasn't ready to play. We did not play very good, and we got beat. And that was probably the down part of our coaching career here as a staff at Pocahontas, to tell the truth about it. And like I said, we're going to try to play Nettleton, and we'll worry about the Gosnell game. But what we know about Gosnell, they are a very good football team, probably a faster football team than anybody we're going to see.
Okay, Coach, that pretty well wraps it up for this week, and it's Nettleton tonight, and don't forget next week over at Gosnell. And Coach, good luck tonight, and good luck the rest of the season.
Gary, I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Says, and that's exactly what the Redskins are wanting to do tonight.
That's right. Y'all get ready. We'll be, here we go. Here come we go. And there you are, your Redskins Network. We're ready to start this ball game. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be giving you the opening kickoff in just a moment. Let's start this opening kickoff.
Okay, Ron, the Redskins are going to receive to start the ball game. And number 81, McFall out there. Number 34, Casey Chester on the receiving team. Number 65 for the Redskins, Terrence Haley on the kickoff receive team. And also number 77, Alex Phillips. Number 63 is Ryan Declerk. Number 72 over on the far side is Ryan Cooper. And number 49 also out there is that's Chris Rose. Yep. And Cisco and Chester back deep. Cisco 24, Chester 34, 44. Ball in the center. McFall and Rose the near us, and we're about ready to kick this thing off. This may turn into the water bowl.
The water ball.
And there's the kick. It's going to be a kick taken by Balk on about the 17-yard line, and Balk's up to 20, and Balk is dropped at the 26-yard line. Now a good hard hit by the Nettleton Raiders, and number 44, Craig Balk, brings the ball back to the 27. We got an injured Raider on the field.
Yeah, we do.
Here on the kickoff, opening kickoff of the ball game, and you don't like to see that.
No, you don't.
On either team.
We'll be back in just a few minutes. Don't stay tuned. I'd like to see you right there, Gary. See him get up, and
that is the injured player from Nettleton gets up and slowly gets off the field. What we like to see. Redskins first down and 10 at their own 27-yard line to start the ball game. Number 12, Presley, split out wide to the near side. Malone, number 10, split to the other side. Number 14, Zach Wellman, set at quarterback. In motion is Chester. Wellman turns, hands the ball to Martin, and Martin sets it up and not going to get much as Martin may have picked up a couple as the defense closed on him in a hurry, and the scouting report on Nettleton is they've got good linebackers, can move, and that time we saw the linebackers close quickly. It's number 41, Brent Reynolds, the sophomore, checks in. Stephen Malone, number 10, checked out. Be second down now and 9. Presley split out. There's the pass over and incomplete. They called it incomplete as Presley did come up with the ball, but they ruled it incomplete. And on third down, the Redskins are going to elect the punt on third down. And this is something Coach Williams told us in the coach's show earlier that he might do. And Shane Martin stepped back to punt on his own 12, and Martin gets a good punt away, got good coverage, and a good Redskin roll. It's going to roll dead down at the 31-yard line of Nettleton. So on third down, the Redskins elect to punt it back to Nettleton, and Nettleton has the ball on their own 31. Tell you what, that could be a contributing factor tonight, being kicking it third down as though the coaches, as the coach said earlier in the coach's show. It's a strategy move when the ball is wet like it is now. You know, the idea is let the other team make the mistake and turn it over on their end of the field. It's up the line and tripped up over there by number 32. Tiedemeyer finished off by 24 Cisco as the running back looked like he was going to have a little room, and Chad Tiedemeyer, 32, was able to trip him up, and Cisco come in and put the finishing touches on him. Be second down now and 6 for the Raiders. I'll make it 5. It's closer to 5 because the ball is up at the 30, up to 36, so a gain of 5 on that play. And there's the handoff to the tailback again, and this time he slips through and gets close to the first down. I believe he's got it. Tackle in there by a host of the Redskins. He's 64 feet bounds. 81 McFall. And number 24 Cisco also in there. Number 55 checks in the ball game. That's Kevin Mason, a sophomore. The 61 Chad Vinson comes out. The safeties are Cisco and Chester. Cornerbacks are Malone and Tiedemeyer. The linebacker is, we've just got one linebacker. Yeah, we do. That's Martin, 33. First down and 10 for Nettleton. And there's a handoff to the tailback again, and he gets about 5 more. So running right up the middle, Nettleton picked up 3 good gains here to start their opening drive of the ball game. Be second down now and 6 for the Raiders. Ball is at the 46-yard line of Nettleton. 9:40 left to go first quarter. Just getting started. Redskins got a timeout, I believe. An official timeout. Official timeout. I don't know what the problem is. I think one of them didn't have a mouthpiece. Okay, now they're getting it lined up. But Nettleton now up the line, second down and 6. Ball at their own 46. A little mix up in the backfield. He's dropped by number 55. Kevin Mason was there. Also Hinkle. And on the play, Pete Downs was there. But Kevin Mason, number 55, was the first man to hit him. There's a little mix-up in the backfield for Nettleton. Number 61, Chad Vinson, checks in now, and Mason comes out after that good play. Be third down and 11 for Nettleton. And Shatley yet to throw a pass. Number 12, of those you don't know, is the quarterback that everybody's been talking about, being a major college prospect. He does have a good arm. Pitch back. Pitch out left side, and he's going to be stopped after a gain of about 5. It's going to be short of the first down. Pierce in there, about, it's hard to call this one name. Martin was in there because when the Redskins tackle, there's 4 or 5 of them.
That's right.
Number 21 checks in. It's Ralph Collier, and Martin's going to come out. It's going to be fourth down now for Nettleton. Ball is going to be at their own 46-yard line, and Nettleton set up in front formation. Casey Chester standing on his own 26-yard line. Don't believe they'll punt it to him. And they don't. Chester does pick it up and downs it. Right there, so let's see.
You got a flag on the play. I
don't know what the penalty is.
I think he just kicked it out when he pulled his. I don't think it was.
Did he fair catch the ball? I don't know if he gave a fair catch signal or not. That may have been it.
Looks like he's just waving it off.
No, that's a call you don't see very often, but apparently what I think they're saying is Chester called for a fair catch, and then, took more than one step of the ball, and when it, in effect, attempted to run it. I don't know. The penalty stepped off against the Redskins. It's going to be all the way back on the 10-yard line. So the Redskins find themselves in a unusual position that usually been the opposite this year. They've been on the other end of the field. So this time the Redskins are going to start out deep in their own territory at the 10-yard line, just inside the 10. 51, Chris Hinkle, the center. Alex Phillips in at the guard, and number 60, Brian Jansen in at the other guard. Penalty flag on the play, and it's going to be against Nettleton. Apparently someone lined up in the neutral zone, and that's what it is. So the Redskins get the 5-yard penalty back. That's a little better because the ball was out just shy of the 15. So first down and 5 for the Redskins here. 8:02 left to go first quarter. No score, second possession by the Redskins. The series before they ran 2 plays and punted. Martin with the ball, and Martin's going to get up to about the 17-yard line. So a pickup of a couple for Martin on that first down and 5 play. So it's second down, 9-3. Redskins need to get just over the 20-yard line for the first down. And Ron, when it's real wet like this, one of the things you're always looking at, and we saw it last night in that junior high game, is, people been able to hold on to football. We saw a lot of fumbles last night when it started to rain. And
fumble the play.
No more than I said it can happen. Willman able to get on the ball back at the 16. So it's going to bring up third down now, and it'll be third and long 3 or short 4. Let's call it 4, and apparently the Redskins are going to punt. Going to punt here on third down, and they do elect to do that. As it's third down and 4, Martin set the punt. And Nettleton's going to get the ball in better field position this time. Martin set the punt. Martin gets a good punt away. Fair caught by Nettleton at the 48-yard line of the Redskins. So Nettleton will take over first down and 10 from the Redskins 48.
So Gary, you were right. They're starting to slowly come in.
Yeah, a few more people showing up now. We said earlier, it's been raining since last night. It started the junior high game probably about 8 o'clock, and it's not quit. Nettleton comes out with a trip set to the right, pitch to the left, and he's cut down over there by the Redskins, Kielemeyer and Martin over there. They set up 2 receivers out to the right and quick pitch to the left. It's going to be a pickup of about 5 on the play for Nettleton, and Nettleton's been able to move the ball here on the ground early. You have to throw a pass. Yes, this time they send a wide out here to the near side. Second down and 5 play. Fumble on the play, and the Raiders recover. And there to make sure he's down, number 40, Gary Fears. And Fears comes off the field limping there a little bit. He's, I think, had a Problem
with that ankle.
Problem with an ankle, and it's bothered him all year. He's played really well as up the line Nettleton now, and again they set wide out to both sides. There's the quick pitch to the left, and tried to turn the corner. He slipped and he fell. Bounds was there to make sure he was down. This is going to bring up fourth down for Nettleton. You know, this is about what we expected. You know, the field has got to be slick.
Real slick.
And we've seen this, the running backs, both teams have been real conservative here. Even though Nettleton has pitched it a couple of times, that time the running back tried to turn the corner and slipped down. We would expect that. There's the snap, big rush, and the ball is going to roll dead down at the 6-yard line, and when you saw that ball hit the ground, it just died there, and that's what you get on a soggy field. So the Redskins once again are going to start deep in their own territory, and this time they're going to be at the 6. 5:02 left to go first quarter, no score, and pretty much the type of game we expected thus far. Nettleton, surprisingly though, to me, has not attempted any type of pass, but they've moved the ball fairly well on the ground. Wellman set at quarterback. Handoff Martin, and Martin's going to get maybe a yard, if that. No more. There's not much going over there on that side. Give him a yard on the play. Second down and 9. Ball at the 7 of the Redskins. Let's try to get the tackle set for. I know Brian Terry is in at the left tackle, number 62. Michael Johnson in at left end. Head over right side and cutting up, and Martin nowhere to go. He gets it up close to the 10. And you can tell the way the running backs are running. They're really kind of light stepping it, I guess, to say, because they're afraid to make a cut. They're going to slip. And I'm sure once they get more used to the field that they're going to test it a little bit more. So the Redskins, again, on third down, are going to punt. Martin back to punt, and Martin gets the punt away, and it's going to go out of bounds on the 40, making it about the 36-yard line of the Redskins. So Nettleton's going to get excellent field position as the Redskins are backed up deep in their own territory. Martin gets it out to the 39, and, you know, kicking that football around, it's got to be like kicking a stump or something once it gets wet.
Once it gets wet, it is.
And every time the ball touches the ground, it's going to get wet. So even though the field's in excellent condition as far as drainage, it's rained very hard, and we've got a lot of rain.
Once about it, the ball is a lot heavier, so the passing game won't be near.
Gets out left side, and finally brought down over number 10, Stephen Malone, on a good open field tackle. But he does get it down to the 27-yard line. And what Nettleton does, they lined up two receivers out to the left, and they just turn and quick pitch the ball to the tailback and lets him kind of go on his own over there. And they've had success with that. That's a pickup of 9 yards for Nettleton. As it's down to the 27, Redskin defense now deep on their end of the field, and a little bit unusual for the Redskins this year because they've been able to play on the opposing team's end of the field. Second one. Give up the middle, and it sits up and then finally brought down by Cisco 24. It tripped up in there, but the ball carrier was able to get to the 22. So first and 10 for Nettleton to the Redskin 22-yard line. A very important drive here for the Redskins. They need to stop Nettleton as all possible. We've seen don't take much on a wet night, and the ball carrier gets up to about the 17. As we were saying last night, you know, the one score of the Junior Redskins were able to defeat Nettleton 6-0, but It went down to the last quarter, so one touchdown could be a big, big thing in this ball game.
That it could.
And one thing also, Ron, we got to consider in this ball game that we haven't, I think, in the others is they do have a field goal kicker in Shatley, and he can boot the ball. We saw that in the warm-up.
That we did.
So second down and 6, ball to 17 for Nettleton. Pitch out left side, and he is pulled down by number 55, Kevin Mason, and then finally finished off over there by Boss, and his 64 bounds is over there. That's just a little quick pitch out there, and the back is pretty much on his own. And defensive ends that time did a good job. Mason got in there and held him up and tripped him up and with some help arrived. Third down now and 6 for Nettleton. 2:14 left to go first quarter. Quick pitch left side, and he's got some room over there, and he's knocked out of bounds by 32, Chad Pielemeyer, and also 33, Martin, but he's close to a first down. I believe he's a little short, but not by much. It is fourth down for Nettleton, and he's down at the 14-yard line of the Redskins. 14-yard line is fourth down and 2.
Gary, it's starting to rain out there now.
Is it starting again?
It's starting up again. Timeout.
Timeout by Nettleton.
So we'll take a timeout. Back here with his action.
Okay, Ron, Nettleton with a fourth down and 2 from the Redskins 14-yard line. They're going for it. There's the give, and he's hit. Then he's knocked back. Redskins hold. The Redskins hold on fourth down and 2. And a good play. I know Boss was in there, but a good play by the Redskins, and they hold and they get the ball back. So good defensive stand by the Redskins. And the Redskins have the ball now out at the, what do they mark it at? About the 16-yard line, 17.
17.
So ball at the 17-yard line, and the Redskin defense comes up with a big play again, and they've done that more than once this year, and this time they do it again. And Redskins come out now with receivers split to both sides. Wellman set at quarterback. Wellman hands the ball off to Martin, and Martin, he just got by the one man. Martin looked like he had a little running room, but he does get it up to about the 19. And a little bigger hole that time for the Redskins. Offensively, in there on line 51, Hinkle is the center, 77, Alex Phillips in at the guard, 60, Brian Jansen at the other guard, Brian Perry at one tackle, and number 52 in at the other tackle, Mike Emmons. Chester goes in motion, and this ball, Cisco out the right side, and Cisco's out for the first down. Brandon Cisco, number 24, gets the ball out to about the 27-yard line. It's going to be good enough for a first and 10 for the Redskins. Now they move the ball out where they can breathe a little bit. As the last two drives have started down on their way on their end of the field at the last one at the 6, and the other one about the 10, I believe. 41, Brent Reynolds checks in. Long comes out, Presley comes out wide to this side, Reynolds wide to the other side. Martin and Cisco in the backfield. Wellman in the quarterback. Wellman hands the ball to Martin, and Martin's going to be stacked up. There's nowhere to go that time for number 33, Shane Martin. And they're keying on Martin, I believe, right?
They sure are doing that.
Every time Martin gets the ball, there's 3 or 4 white shirts looking for him. There'll be a loss of 1 on the play, so second down now and 11 as first quarter is winding down. 25 seconds left to go. They'll have time for one more play. So second and 11, ball is out at the 27-yard line of the Redskins. Redskins with the ball. In motion is Chester. Wellman pitches the ball to Cisco. Cisco on the outside trying to turn the corner. And Cisco is going to be penalty flag on the play, and Cisco's going to be knocked out of bounds, but there was a flag right in the middle of that. I'm not sure what it was.
It looked like a clipping charge here.
Okay, we'll have to wait and see. The official here on the near side threw the flag as the play was coming to him. We got a hold on the Redskins. So another costly penalty there for the Redskins as they were moving the ball and picked up the first down here with 2 seconds left to go in the first quarter. They're going to be penalized 10 yards.
Boy, I smell those hamburgers in that concession stand.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the damn boosters are really putting it to them.
So it's going to be second down now for the Redskins. And let's see, 5, 10, it's going to be second and 20. Second and 20 for the Redskins. The ball is all the way back on the 17-yard line. So just as the Redskins were moving the ball a little bit, now they're backed up again. Wellman hands the ball to Martin, and Martin is going to be stacked up. And Martin's having a hard time getting anything going tonight, as that's the end of the first quarter with our score 0-0 between the Redskins and the Raiders.
Y'all stay tuned as we'll even give you the second quarter.
Wellman's passed out of the flag. It's going to be intercepted. Penalty flag on the play. The ball is intercepted by Nettleton at the 37-yard line of the Redskins. Let's see what the penalty is, and apparently it's going to be on Nettleton, as I saw Casey Chester, number 34, kind of applauding the official's call. I hope Casey's right. It's pass interference by Nettleton. And so a good break for the Redskins as the ball was intercepted. And let's see, the line of scrimmage was about the 15. No, might be about the 17. So Redskins going to get the ball, move the ball way on down the field as they're going to spot the ball out at the 32-yard line. First down. No, it's not going to be a first down. It's automatic first down. That's right. That's right. On pass interference, automatic first down.
Good break for the Redskins there.
Maybe that's the break that'll get the Redskins moving here as 11:54 just started the second quarter. No score. Neither team's been able to do a whole lot. Even though Nettleton has been able to move the ball a little bit on a little quick pitch. Wellman set at quarterback. And Wellman hands the ball to Cisco. Cisco trying to get around the outside, and he's tripped up after a gain of about a yard. And looked like he was going to get away from him. But unable to do so, so it's going to be second down now and 8. So a pickup of 2 for Brandon Cisco, number 24 on the play. The Redskins and the Raiders, and this is the opening ball game, or opening conference game for both teams.
First opening conference game, serious.
So it's, that's right, it's serious now. Redskins up to the line, quick pitch to the right side, and Martin gets away, and Martin is up close to the 40-yard line. Let's see where they mark him, and Martin did a good job of getting away. So it's a quick pitch to Martin. And it's going to bring up third down now and 2 as Martin gets it up to the 40. Ball sitting right squarely on the 40-yard line of the Redskins. So third down now and a yard. Well, it's 2 yards. The chain over there, as you can see, he's got it marked inside the 40.
Yep.
So third and 2. Wellman set it quarterback. Wellman hangs the ball to Martin, and Martin's got the first down. Touchdown. Shane Martin, number 33, gets a tough first down out to the 44-yard line. And the Redskins pick up a first down.
This is what we're looking for, the momentum to start building.
Maybe that's, I'm sure they feel a little bit better about operating their offense out at this part of the field, because they've been operating down on our end of the field, and you don't like to do that. You can open it up a little more out here. As Presley goes wide left, and 41 Brent Reynolds wide right. Hand off Martin up the middle. Martin cuts it down the right side, and Martin is up for a first down at the 45 of Nettleton. And a good run by Shane Martin, number 33. And Martin gets to the inside the 45, down at the 44. First and 10 Redskins. And Martin popped that ball up there hard. He saw the opening, and he hit it in a hurry. So first and 10 for the Redskins as they're moving the ball here on this drive. Number 14, Zach Wellman at quarterback. Pitch out left side, Cisco. Cisco trying to get around, and Cisco is going to get across the 40 down to about the 38. A good hard run by Brandon Cisco, number 24. And Ron, on that play, I can see what I've heard about Nettleton as good linebackers, because boy, they closed quick.
They sure did.
So this is a very good Nettleton team. They come in at 2-0-1. They've defeated, I know they've defeated Truman. They tied Harrisburg. I'm not sure who their first game was with. We'll try to find that out for you. But a very good Nettleton team. Pitch out, right side. Cisco trying to get around, and Cisco cuts it up. But he's going to lose yardage on the play, as you can see how quick and how fast the Nettleton team is. And they got out there in a hurry. And the loss is going to be back to 41. It'll be third down now and 7 for the Redskins. A big third down play here, as the Redskins have been driving the ball, need to keep possession of it and move it on down the field and punch that thing in for a touchdown. Wellman set it. Quarterback in motion is Chester. Back to pass. Pass is complete to Chester, and Chester is going to be dropped immediately. He gets it to about the 38. It's going to be a pickup of about 2. It's still going to be short of the first down, and the Redskins are going to have to punt the ball away. The ball is at the 38 of Nettleton. So the Redskins are going to try to pin Nettleton down on their end of the field now. You'd like to keep that drive alive and move the ball on down, but at least... And here's the pass by Shane Martin, and pass is going to be... Excellent play. Stephen Malone, and I know what the play was. I've seen him work on it. I've seen him work on it a lot in practice. And great play. Exactly what that is what happened, number 10, Stephen Malone, as they set up in front formation, comes over to the sideline, still stands on the playing field, and he is a part of the play. He's lined up. He's on his side of the field, and when the ball is snapped, he just takes off down the field. And that time Martin threw in the pass, and he's all the way down inside the 10 at about the 6-yard line, first and goal to go for the Redskins. I'm glad they run that, Ron.
I sure am, too.
I've seen them work on that play a lot in practice, and I was just waiting for the day they'd run it. And Martin's pass that time, you know, it kind of hung up there, and Malone did a good job of catching it, because you've got to really concentrate, because there's nobody out there.
That's right.
Nobody at all out there.
But I tell you what, it takes a joint effort. You know, that line held him back just to keep that pass going.
That's true, and that completely fooled the Raiders. And the Redskins are in business now. We got a timeout by Nettleton, Ron.
And we'll take a timeout with them.
Okay, Ron, first down and goal to go for the Redskins. Ball at the 6-yard line. Wellman set at quarterback. Has ball to Martin, and Martin's up the middle, and Martin is fights forward for a couple. He fights forward and gets down close, well, he's inside the 5, I believe. You know, normally they line the field, but with, you know, all the rain and everything, they weren't able to do that today. So it's hard to see the yard lines, but I believe they're at the 4. So second down, goal to go from the 4. And number 21, Ralph Collier, sophomore, in the backfield. And the ball to Martin, and Martin's off the right side, and penalty flag on the play. And that don't look good, but because it was thrown by the referee, and it's a hold against the Redskins. Tough break. So the Redskins whistle again with a penalty here in a critical situation. As Martin was stopped on the play, but the penalty is going to go against the Redskins, going to move the ball back to the 16-yard line. And boy, oh boy.
Yep.
You hate to see a penalty right there at that point.
You sure do.
You hate to see one at all, but especially when you're that close. And in this tight ball game, as we said earlier, one touchdown could win this ball game. The Redskins now up to the line and set. Wellman turns, pitches the ball to Martin. Martin passes out in the flat, and it's going to be incomplete. as Martin tried to hit Chester down on about the 4-yard line. So the Redskins opening it up here a little bit as they thrown a couple of passes here. And that time Chester was well covered by
number 12.
By Shatley. And Shatley, the quarterback, played safety on defense. A good athlete. There's no doubt about that. He's a good baseball player, good basketball player, and that time he was there on the spot. But the Redskins with 3rd down now and goal to go. Ball on about the 16-yard line. Back to pass. Pass is incomplete. As Wellman's pass went incomplete, so it'll be 4th down now and goal to go from the 16. We'll see what the Redskins
They're going to elect to kick it.
Elect to do, and I think they're going to try a field goal here.
Field goal attempt there.
As Brandon Cisco, number 24, is going to attempt a field goal here for the Redskins. The line of scrimmage, the 15, the kick's going to come from the 23-yard line, so it'll be a 33-yard field goal attempt by Brandon Cisco. There's the snap. There's the kick. The kick is hit the crossbar and bounced out. Hit the crossbar and bounced out as Redskins very, very close to putting 3 on the board, but crossbar was in the wrong spot, Ron.
Just the wrong spot at the wrong time. Okay. An excellent try by Brandon Cisco.
Good shot at it by Cisco, and as the ball hit the crossbar and bounced back, so the Redskins unable to score there after the big play, and now they're back on defense as Nettleton gets their shot at it. They get the ball at the 20-yard line. 1st down and 10, 6:33 left to go in the first half. No score. And Nettleton up to the line. Nettleton yet to throw a pass in the ball game. Get to the tailback up the middle, and he's going to get 3 or 4 of them be wrapped up there by Pete Downs, number 64. Also in on the play, number 81, McCall. Also number 78 in there on the bottom of that pile on a good play, Sean Smith. And number 78, Sean Smith checks out. Number 57 checks in the ball game. Joe Jansen. So 2nd down now and 7 for Nettleton. Nettleton comes with 2 wideouts to the near side. And up the line, Nettleton. Quick pitch right side, penalty flag, and that time they played that one well. Penalty flag on the offensive backfield. And the left defensive end Bounds is there, but also number 81 McCall is the number I was looking for. McCall played it perfectly on that quick pitch. That's what they've been able to get a little yardage on the Redskins, and that time McCall played it perfectly and dropped the ball carrier for a loss, along with Pete Bounds is over there also helping out. Penalty decline against the Raiders. What was the call, Ron? I didn't see the call. But the Redskins declined the penalty, so it'll be 3rd down now and 5 for Nettleton. Redskins like to hold here and get that ball back. It's 5:50 left to go in the first half. And Nettleton up the line. There's the give to the tailback off the left side, and he's going to be stopped short of the 1st down. And hit hard in there by McFall. And also getting up off the bottom of that pile, number 33, Shane Martin. So 4th down for Nettleton.
That penalty was he was offside, illegal motion.
Okay. Illegal procedure was the call on Nettleton on that play, as Nettleton now with 4th down and 1. 5:17 left to go in the first half. No score in the ball game. And Nettleton's going to punt the ball. Back deep for receives number 34, Casey Chester. And big rush by the Redskins, and this time they kick it away from Chester again. And Chester picks the ball up, and Chester returns it to the 50-yard line. He tried to pull a sneaky on him then. Chester just eased over there and picked it up all of a sudden and was able to get about 4 yards additional onto that. So the Redskins in good field position here at the 50-yard line with 4:57 left to go first half. No score in the ball game.
You know, it's like deja vu. Last night we've seen the same type game, back and forth, back and forth. We didn't score until about the 3rd quarter.
I was in the 4th quarter. I think it was about, I'm going to think about 4 minutes left in the game, something like that. First and 10 Redskins. The ball just inside Raider territory at the 49. Chester with the ball, and Chester still got the ball. Chester on the outside, and Chester's all the way down to the 21-yard line. And this is Chester, number 34. And Chester on the I'm not sure. There's an option. Was Chester quarterback in that play? He was quarterback in the option. Okay, Chester was in the quarterback that time. They kind of switched their offense to the option type. And Chester took that ball and drove it all the way down. Well, they said he went out of bounds now at the 25, or make it 24. I thought he'd gotten down to 21. I thought he got down there close. They said he was down at the 24. So a little change in the offense. Number 34, Casey Chester, is the quarterback. 4:35 left to go. Going to an option type offense. Chester with the ball, pitch on the outside to Cisco, and Cisco's going to be dropped for a loss back on the 31. As Nettleton smelled that one out and snuffed it as Chester pitches the ball to Cisco. 4:20 left to go first half. The Redskins are now going to have a second down and 15. Ball sitting right at the 30-yard line. Ball up to 30. And number 34, Casey Chester, in at quarterback now, and a new set offense for the Redskins. Option play to right side. And Chester, ball's on the ground. And let's see who comes up with it. I believe Nettleton's got the ball. Yep, and they do. Nettleton comes up with the ball as Chester on the pitch there to Cisco. And the ball, ball's got to be slick, and this is the type night that we did want to have. I think the Redskins to show this new offense that they've been working on. That they have. And for that reason, because the ball is slick, and that's anytime you put the ball out on a pitch like that, when the ball's slick, it's very hard to handle. And that time, the Redskins not able to get anything down. They did get down to the 25, but Nettleton ups the line now, and he's snuffed out for no gain. Tackled by the host of the Redskins. Hinkle 51, and there's Sean Smith 78, 55. I believe 55. I believe he's in there. Y'all see him now. Kevin Mason also in on the play. And if we miss anybody on these tackle guys, it's hard to get everybody in. That's what we want to see. 4, 5, 6 white jerseys in there on the play. Red jerseys, not white jerseys. Now white ones. Now white ones. Yeah. Yep. 3 minutes left to go first half, no score. Nettleton at their own 25-yard line. Man in motion. Give up the middle, and he does get out close to the 30-yard line. Finally brought down by McFall, 81. It's going to bring up third down now and about 5 for Nettleton.
Number 81, John McFall.
So, Redskin defense trying to hold on here and stop them and try to get the ball back and have one more chance at something before halftime. Quick pitch to the right side, and he's going to be snuffed down. The ball's on the ground. I believe Nettleton retained possession of it, as they were lucky to be able to get on the ball. So it's going to be fourth down. The Redskins are going to get another shot at it with 2 minutes to go and the clock running. Nettleton's going to punt the ball back to the Redskins. Line of scrimmage to 27. Chester back on his own 42-yard line to receive the punt. There's a snap, a low snap, and does get a good punt away. And this time it's going to go out of bounds. It's going to roll dead down on the 39 of the Redskins. So they'll take over there first down and 10.
There's the Redskins will take over at the 39-yard line. First down.
Yeah, there's a few diehards out there. Oh yeah, it's going to be more people here now than there was earlier. As I said earlier, it's rained a lot today.
A lot. You know, that's almost like an understatement.
Yeah, that's right. and just quit, really, about 6:30, just about an hour before game time. It's still off and on drizzling a little bit.
That it is.
But up the line of the Redskins, first down and 10. Chester in at quarterback. Chester keeps the ball. Chester gets to the outside, and Chester's on the sideline, and Chester's at 30, the 28, ball's on the ground, and the Redskins have got it. Redskins will recover. Redskins recover it down at the 26-yard line, and I believe getting on the ball is number 62, Brian Perry, and a good alert play by Brian Perry, number 62, as he recovered the fumble, as Chester was hounded down there after a big gain all the way from the 39 to the Nettleton 27. From their own 39 to the Nettleton 27-yard line, and the Redskins with a minute 16 trying desperately to get something going here as this option-type offense is really starting to click for them. Hand off Martin, and Martin's on Martin. Touchdown, number 33, Shane Martin. That's exactly what will happen when they were trying to honor Chester. You get a couple of big plays out on the outside like Chester just pulled. When those linebackers are coming across, they got nothing but 34 in their eyes. And they let Martin slip right by, and Martin just blowed it right up the sideline, or right up the right side of the field, and took it in for the touchdown. 27-yard touchdown by Shane Martin. And the Redskins are on the board here. And Cisco set to attempt the extra point, and the kick is up, and it's good. Brandon Cisco, number 24, has the 7th point on the scoreboard for the Redskins, and here with 59 seconds left to go in the first half, the Redskins lead the ball game 7-0.
Tell you what, Gary, that's a key player out there, I tell you.
And I think that a few of those cheerleaders give their raincoats on that. They like that, and
they really like that.
The fans that are here tonight, they really like that play. As Redskins look much better here in the last half of the second quarter. And boy, I like that new offense.
I sure did. I like the way the coaching staff did that. I mean, they just...
Well, you know, this conference time, and I know Coach Wellman, Coach Williams, Coach Howard all tell you, you know, this is it. You play each and every play the hardest because it's conference time.
It is there.
First conference game of the year for both teams, and the Redskins are on the board here in the, well, just 59 seconds left in the first half. So a big boost for the Redskins. As we said earlier, wet, soggy field.
Wet, soggy field.
And I'm really surprised. The only thing that's really surprised me, this has been the type game we expected, but I really expected Nettleton to try to pass a little bit.
We may see that in a few minutes.
Oh, I'm sure we will, you know, sometime in the second half. As Brandon Cisco set the kickoff for the Redskins. And there's the kick. It's going to be taken down on the 21-yard line by Nettleton. And he's going to be dragged down there by number 61, Chad Benson. But the Raiders return it up all the way to the 47-yard line of Nettleton. So, you know, that's I think that's the longest run back we've seen this year.
Yeah, it is.
By the opposing team on the Redskins. But 52 seconds left in the first half, and, you know, we're talking about pass, we may see them try it right here.
That we may.
As Nettleton's offense has been pretty much, the rain starts to come on down out there. It's peppering down pretty good now. But their offense has been pretty much a quick pitch to the tailback and on the weak side of the field. And back to pass is the quarterback on the rollout. He's being pressured. That time he throws it incomplete. As covering over number 44, Craig Balt. And so he was getting pressure that time by the Redskins. He was able to get the pass away, but that's going to make it second down and 10. 25 seconds left to go in the first half. As 21, Ralph Collier checks in. Also checking in the ball game, number 57 for the Redskins, Joe Jansen. And pretty much, I think, going to go into more of a prevent type defense as the linebackers back off the line a little bit. Now, Kalemeyer, 32, gets up on the line as a cornerback. And just hand the ball up the middle, and nowhere going is Tiger was there, and also the 57, Joe Jensen, and 51, Hinkle. And I think the Raiders just going to let the clock run down here. They're just going to go in the locker room, and that's going to end the first half of their score. The Pocahontas Redskins 7, the Nettleton Raiders 0.
Once again, this is your Pocahontas Redskins Football Network. We'd like to thank those fine sponsors for your stay tuned as we'll bring you second half action in just one moment. We're going to come back. We're going to...
Timeout.
Timeout. Okay. We called a timeout, and I guess we're going to just come back.
Okay, that's what they did, Ron. Nettleton called timeout with 1 second to go, so they're going to have time for another play as they bring a wide out to the near side, and I guess they're going to go for a Hail Mary pass.
That's all they can do.
They've got a man who can throw it. So the Redskins are going to have to be on their toes, not let them get a cheap one right here.
I guess they're waiting until the clock runs down to 1 second.
Run down to 1 second. The official motion for 1 second to be put on the clock, so we'll stop at 1 second.
We're right there at 1.
Okay, we're set with 1 second to go in the first half, as Nettleton had called a timeout with 1 second to go. Up the line are the Raiders. Redskin defense backing up, and there's a draw play up the middle. He's going to be dropped immediately. And that didn't fool number 57, Joe Jackson, a bit.
Not at all.
Not a bit. Joe Jackson dropped him. So that's going to end the first half. Okay, Ron, the Redskins set to kick off to start the second half. They lead the ball game 7-0. Brendan Cisco's kick's going to be taken on the 28-yard line. And met hard there, and still gets around, though. Finally brought down over on the 50-yard line, but he was hit hard back on about the 33, and he just bounced off and gets down into Redskin territory. So Nettleton starts the second half off with a good run back.
And number 81 hit him awful hard.
McFall, I believe, was the first one there, and hit him a good lick, and that was just a good run by the Nettleton return man as he returned it all the way to the 47 of the Redskins. So Nettleton starts off in excellent field position to start the second half. Redskins lead the ball game 7-0. Nettleton with the ball now. First down and 10. Back to pass is the quarterback. Pass out in the flat, and it's going to be complete. And he's going to be tackled immediately there by number 44, Craig Ball. It's going to be a pickup of about 6 or 7 on the yard, on the play, 6 or 7 yards. Going to move the ball down to the 43. So a 5-yard pickup. I'm going to move a little further. I'm not sure about our yard marker over there. But second down, and let's call it 2nd and 4. Nettleton with the ball. Pitch out left side. He's going to be hemmed up and finally brought down over there. Penalty flag on the play. And getting up slow over there was Balt. And penalty flag was thrown right in the direction of the run. Let's see what the call is going to be as they move the ball down close to 40, and apparently the penalty is going to be on the Raiders as it was thrown right in the direction of the play. And it usually indicates a hold or clip. I believe this one's going to be a hold, and it is. And that backs the ball all the way up to the 43 of Nettleton, so a good break for the Redskins on the penalty there.
Well, if the rain continues to come down.
Yeah, it does. It started there in the second quarter, and it's still coming down steady. Soggy field, and as somebody that may have watched the junior high game earlier, same type of conditions, even though the conditions tonight, the field is totally saturated. Up the line are the Raiders. Second down now, and about 20. Back to pass to the quarterback. He's getting some pressure. He lets go of one. It's going to be intercepted by number 24, Brandon Cisco. And Cisco gets the ball back to the 45. The 45 of the Redskins, and that ball just hung up in the air, and you credit the pressure by that defensive front for that one, because they made the quarterback, Shatley, just throw that one up, had a lot of air under it, and Cisco made the move on it and was able to catch it for the interception. But credit the defensive front, they put the pressure on. They knew they were going to have to do that if Shatley, the quarterback from Nettleton, was going to pass. They knew they were going to have to put the pressure on him. They did that time. They were breathing down his neck. Pitch out left side to Cisco, and Cisco's going to maybe get back to line of scrimmage as the quick pitch. That time, Wellman back in at quarterback, so the Redskins go back to their other style of offense as they changed there in the second quarter and put Chester in and run the option. 7-0 our score, just starting the second quarter. And Redskins have got the ball after the turnover, the interception by Brandon Cisco. Wellman set a quarterback, back to pass is Wellman. Wellman's pass out in the flat, and it's going to be nearly, I don't know if he caught that, I don't know if he says nearly called or nearly intercepted.
One or the other, but it looked close.
The safety, Shatley, had come over and looked like he had a beat on the ball, and I think Casey Chester just made a great play of knocking the ball away, as it was going to be, probably not be catchable for Chester if it would have been a great catch. It was more catchable for the defender, and Chester knocks it away. So third down now and 10 for the Redskins. Line of scrimmage to 43 of the Redskins. Back to pass is Wellman. Wellman's pass over the middle. It's going to be intercepted. Intercepted there. He's trying to hit number 41, Brent Reynolds. And the ball was tipped and then intercepted. So Nettleton comes up with their own interception as both teams here run kind of countering each other. Kind of backward, though, in the first half. Not much passing. All passes here in the second half. So the Redskins and the Raiders exchange turnovers on interceptions, and the Raiders have got the ball at their own 36-yard line. First down and 10. And we'll try to set that entire defense for you again. To the next play. Give up the middle, and he's cut down there. But a pickup about 6 on the play. With 44 Baltz in there, along with the 32 Thielemeyer was in there. But the defense, safeties, of course, Brandon Cisco, 24, 34 Casey Chester. The cornerbacks, 32 Chad Thielemeyer, number 10 Stephen Malone, 33 Shane Martin, the linebacker, 64 Pete Downs, or number 60 Brian Jansen into the linebacker. And we'll set the defensive line for you. It's outside to go, and number 55 Mason hits the ball carrier, and finally, as he scoots away, brought down over there by number 78. And I believe that's Sean Smith on a good play by Sean Smith. Stayed in the pursuit, and that's what that pursuit does. Even though the ball carrier got away after hit hard by number 55, Mason, he was able to slip on out of there, and the pursuit caught up with him. Third down now and 3 for Nettleton. Line of scrimmage to 43 of Nettleton. Redskin defense liked to hold Nettleton right here and force a fourth down. Man in motion. And pitch out to the left side, and he's going to be knocked down short of the first down, I believe. It's going to be awful close. Martin in there on the play, but he's going to be about half a yard short. So it's going to be fourth down and about a half a yard to go for a first down for Nettleton. And the ball's going to be just over the 45 at almost the 46.
Going to measure it. Oh, they're going to pull it out in the middle of the field.
It'll be a little short, so Nettleton here is going to be faced with a fourth down. They trail the ball game 7-0 as the Redskins have the lead, and Nettleton sends in what apparently looks like the punt team, as the line of scrimmage is the 46 or 45.5-yard line of Nettleton. So a big play defensively by the Redskins on that series, and Nettleton now set up in punt formation. 8:30 left to go in the third quarter. Chester, 34, set back to receive the punt, and he's standing on his own 33-yard line. It's a high snap, a big rush, and gets a good punt away, and the punt's going to roll way down in Redskin territory at about the 7-yard line. So the punt goes all the way to 7. The Redskins going to start there, 1st and 10 from their own 7. Okay, Ron, first down and 10 for the Redskins from their own 7. Hand off to Martin, and Martin slips up the middle, and Martin is all the way out close to the 14-yard line. And Martin just kept feeling his way through the line, and finally was able to slip it on out to the 14. So good run by Martin, moves the ball out. It'll be second down now and 6, or second and 4, a 6-yard gain by Martin on that play as 24 Cisco checks in, and Baltz checks out, 44. Number 51, Chris Hinkle in at the center. Alex Phillips at one guard. 2nd and 4, and it's with the Martin, and Martin hit hard. I don't believe he got much, if he got anything. If he was met hard, and they've stopped Martin up the middle tonight. That's been Martin's bread and butter throughout the year. And the Redskins elect to kick it. Elect the kicker on 3rd down and 2 from their own, the line of scrimmage is about the 14. So Martin 33 set punt. And good snap. And Martin gets a good punt away. And it's going to roll down at about the 47 of the Redskins. So the Raiders will take over there 1st down and 10. Okay, Ron, Nettleton up the line, 1st down and 10 from the Redskins 47-yard line after the punt. Quarterback rollout, and Shatley is going to keep the ball, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds with number 32, Chad Thielemeyer, after a gain of about 3 on the play. Out of bounds by Chad Thielemeyer, number 2. That's going to make it 2nd down.
And they're going to take a timeout. As Pocahontas thinks about it here. We'll take a timeout with them. Timeout.
Okay, Ron, with 6:45 to go in the 3rd quarter. Nettleton with the ball, 2nd down and 7 at about the 44-yard line of the Redskins. Pitch out around the left side, and he's going to be dragged down over there for a loss. And 55, Kevin Mason over there along with 32, Thielemeyer. And Mason's a sophomore playing a heck of a ball game. He is playing that defensive end position and doing a good job as Nettleton all night long is trying to get people out on the corners quick. And they had a little success early in it, but not getting much going here. It's 3rd down now and 7 to Nettleton. Line of scrimmage about the 43.5-yard line. We're going to call it the 44. It's closer to the 44 as Nettleton comes out with wide outs to both sides. No backs. And back to pass is the quarterback. He's being rushed. This time he hits a screen pass. It's going to be intercepted, I believe. No, they're going to say it's incomplete. And Craig Balch, number 44, was right there on the play as they tried a little hitch pass, a little screen pass up there on the side. Didn't fool Craig Balch one bit as he was there. And I thought Balch had made the interception, made an excellent try at it. But nevertheless, Nettleton now with a 4th down. They're going to be forced to punt the ball. Line of scrimmage about the 44 of the Redskins. So the Redskins like it a little better field position than they did last time. They had to start with a low snap. And this gets a good punt away, and that's going to be another one of those. This one's going to be even deeper. It's going to be at the 3. So the Redskins are going to have to start from their own 3-yard line as the Nettleton punter, Shatley, made an excellent punt, and that's all you can say. Good ball player. You know, not only quarterback, he's safety. I think he kicks extra points, field goal, punt. Almost a one-man team in the just about. But the Redskins now going to have to start their own 3. And there's just a 7-0 lead here with 6:24 left to go, 3rd quarter. You would sure like to see the Redskins operate on out here at their own 20 or 25-yard line because, as we said earlier, it's been raining. It's still raining. And you worry about a miscue down here on your end of the field. Oh, and there's a fumble on the play, and let's see what it is. Let's see what they call it. Safety. It's a safety. We're going to call it a safety on the Nettleton. So we just said, you know, you worry about turnovers down here on your end of the field, and there was one of them. As Nettleton comes up with 2 points on the safety. And, you know, Rob, we talked in the earlier game, I think last week, we talked several times here about how important field position is. And Nettleton, of course, you can see that's their strategy. And they've got a good punter, and he put the ball down there every time tonight. It's put the Redskins in a hole. So that time, ball at the line of scrimmage, the 3-yard line, and miscue there on the handoff, and Redskins were able to cover the ball. Had Nettleton recovered, it had been a touchdown. So, you know, look on the bright side of it.
That's right.
But Nettleton's going to get a chance to get the ball back as the Redskins are going to free kick the ball, and that means a punt. And I believe the punt's got to come inside the 20. So Nettleton's going to get the ball back in good field position more than likely as Martin set the punt. And the punt, or the free kick, after the safety, and Nettleton's going to get the ball back, and Martin gets a good punt off, and it's going to be taken by Shatley right there, and he's going to be hammered at about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that would have been a turnover play.
Maybe a turnover. Redskins are motioning their ball. And let's see, I hadn't seen an official say anything. He's saying Raider ball. So the Raiders come up with the ball on a apparent fumble there. The Redskins were motioning that they had, so Nettleton's still in better position now because they trailed the ball game 7-2, and they've got the ball at the Redskins 39-yard line. 6:06 left to go third quarter, and this is every bit of we expected it would be in this ball game. As Nettleton now up the line, 1st and 10. Pitch out the left side, and ball carrier gets around. Going to pick up about 5, and he's swarmed under over there. Ball 44, and a host of the Redskins going to pick up looks like about 5 yards on the play. As number 61, Chad Vinson, checks in. Kevin Mason, 55, comes out. Number 80, Michael Johnson, comes in. And McCall checks out. 2nd down and 5 for Nettleton. And we got motion in the backfield by the Raiders. It's going to cost them 5 yards. Look at 2nd down and 10 now for Nettleton. That'll move the ball back to the 39. 5:51 left to go third quarter. Redskins lead it 7-2, but Nettleton with the ball on the Redskin end of the field, and it seems like they've had the ball. Well, they have on the Redskin end of the field all night. When the Redskins have had it, they've had it down inside their own 10. So Redskin defense like to come up with a big play here and get this ball out here in decent field position where they can operate. Back to pass the quarterback being rushed. There's the pass that's going to be complete. Down at the 20-yard line, and he's getting a big rush. But the pass was complete down at the 20, so Nettleton with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Got a big play for Nettleton. For 57 checks in now. That's Joe Jansen. Checks in for the Redskins. Alex Phillips, 77, checks out. So 1st down and 10, line of scrimmage about the 20. Redskin defense digging in down here, trying to deny Nettleton. There's a give off the left side, and he's going to be finally cut down over there on about the 13-yard line.
As they're putting the pressure on that defense.
He got a little more than I thought he was going to get as they were stringing it out, but he was able to slip through and pick up about 3 or 4 more yards than I thought he was going to get. So he got about 7, 2nd down and 3 for Nettleton, and they trail the ball game 7-2. Redskin defense has been stubborn all year, and they need to come up with a big play here and try to hold the Raiders out. Yeah, but it's the middle, big hole, and ball's on the ground. I believe the Redskins have recovered. I believe the Redskins, they do. Redskins come up with the ball. And that defense did their job. Did it again. Boy, oh boy, what can you say about that defense? They keep coming up with a big play when they've got to all year long. And they deny Nettleton. And they've got the ball on the 7-yard line. So Redskins with the ball at the 7-yard line. 1st down and 10, and I believe we're going to see Casey Chester, 34, come back in at quarterback, as they're going to come back in with the option type series, and Chester is at quarterback. Chester turns, hands the ball to Martin, and Martin's going to get a couple, maybe one, as the rain just keeps on coming down, Ron. I don't think it's going to quit.
I think it's set in for the night, Gary.
It stopped just a little bit there a while ago, and then it started in again. Number 83 checks in the game now, David Williams. David, a senior for the Redskins. Second down and 9 for the Redskins. Number 60, Brian Jansen in at left guard. Brian Perry, the left tackle, 62. Chester in at quarterback. Chester with the ball, and Chester keeps it, and Chester's going to get up to about the 15. It's going to be short of the first down. They're going to need to get to about the 17. They're going to be about 2 yards short. Third down and 2. Third and 2 for the Redskins.
And they're going to go for it.
And Redskins have been punting on third down here, well, almost all night. But this time I think they're going to go for it. They need to move that ball on out up the field and get better field position. So big play for the Redskins. Third down and 2 with 3:25 left in the third quarter. Chester with the ball, and Chester's going to be dropped. Chester's going to be dropped back at the 12-yard line, so Redskins are going to have to punt now. And we'd sure like to see them convert on that. Sure would have. But unable to do so as the rain comes down heavy now. As Martin's going to be standing back in his own end zone at about a yard deep in the end zone. There's the snap, a good snap. And Martin gets a good punt away. A fair catch call for, and he took 2 steps. Where's the penalty flag? He called for a fair catch, and
We got to penalize on that one.
that is the penalty. I believe we were called for it earlier, but no flag. So Nettleton's going to have the ball at the Redskin 45-yard line. The punt returner called for the fair catch, and he caught the ball. He just misjudged the ball is what it was, I believe, and he went back to catch it, but he took several steps, but no penalty. First down and 10 for Nettleton at the Redskin 45. Gives up the middle, and he's hit and brought down there on a good defensive play by number 64, Pete Bounds. And Bounds was zeroed in on him as he took about 1 step, got the ball, and he was pounded by Bounds. Loss on the play of about a half a yard. Going to move it back just outside the 45 of the Redskins. At 77, Alex Phillips, 64, Pete Bounds, and 51, Chris Hinkle in on that defensive front. Nettleton back to pass to the quarterback, being rushed, and he is dropped there by number 32, the Chad attack. I think it was knocked down. It had to happen at least once. As he's cut down by Chad Tudemeyer, number 32. Pass was complete for a gain of about 2 yards, and he paid for it.
He paid dearly.
As the cornerback, Chad Tudemeyer, came up and made the hit on the pass receiver. So third down, 9-9. Redskins like to hold here. We see one thing like we played right here almost all of this third quarter. In the middle of the field. Right, well, Nettleton's had the ball here, and they punted. It's gone down inside the 10, and Nettleton's up the line now, third down and 9. Redskin defense trying to hold them. Back to pass to the quarterback, being rushed. It's going to be complete, and he's going to be shot attacked. Hit him good. He's shot attacked. Well, again, they're going to learn not to do that. You can't do that on the shot attack.
Not at all.
32, Chad Tudemeyer playing the last 2 plays as good as you can play them.
Excellent.
As
Excellent
the
play.
pass was complete out there and didn't fool Chad Tudemeyer one bit.
That's a loss of about 5, wasn't it?
And I believe it was about 4, so Nettleton's going to have to punt. Line of scrimmage, the 48 of the Redskins. So maybe the Redskins can get a little better field position out of this. Low snap, penalty flag on the play, but it does get a good punt away, and doggone, going to take a crazy roll again down inside the 10. But there is a flag on the play, and if this is on Nettleton, and it is, they're going to have to punt it again. They're going to have to punt it again as the penalty, illegal procedure on Nettleton. So instead of having the ball down at the 8, the Redskins are going to make Nettleton punt it again. They'll get a little better field position. They're going to have to back up 5 yards. And Ron get a shot of cheerleaders. Now they're dedicated.
They sure got them rain suits on, and they're just getting with it.
That's right. And might go over the cheerleaders. That's Aaron Smith, Patty Tudemeyer, Tara McCoy, Casey Martin, Wendy Brooks, Megan Blight, Diane Wayman, Julie Wilson, Sarah Crisp, and Jennifer stickler and a good group. So it's going to be 4th down now, and let's see, about 4th and 19 for Nettleton. Now, Casey Chester standing on his 14-yard line. And the last 2 snaps have been low by Nettleton. They get a good snap this time, and Shatley gets another good end-over-end kick away. This time it's going to be picked up by Chester, and Chester is at least going to get it out to the 20, or right at the 20. So Redskins a decent field position this time. I say decent, that's not really what you consider decent, but it's sure decent inside the 10.
That's right.
Okay, back to action with 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Casey Chester set at quarterback, 1st down and 10 from the 21 of the Redskins. Hand off to Martin, and Martin is going to maybe gain 1, no more. As the 3rd quarter winds down, the Redskins lead the ball game 7-2. As the Redskins touchdown came on a run by run out. I believe it is. Touchdown run by Shane Martin, and of course Nettleton was able to get the safety in the 3rd quarter. 7-2 is our score at the end of the 3rd quarter. The Redskins in the lead.
And that's your 3rd quarter action. Y'all stay tuned and thank these sponsors if you would. We'll be right back.
He's got the 1st down. He's got the 40, 45, 50, 25, 30, 30, and down to the 28-yard line. Number 34, Casey Chester, breaks a big run.
Excellent run by Casey.
And that option works to protection as Chester with that speed just raced down, and he eluded some people on the way. It just wasn't a straight shot. He did some nifty moves down there to get around some people. And the Redskins got 1st down and 10 down at the 29-yard line of Nettleton. Here to start the 4th quarter, a score 7-2, and nothing the Redskins would like any better and put another touchdown on the board. Give to Martin, and the ball's on the ground, and I believe Nettleton's come up with the ball.
Sure looks that way.
I believe Nettleton did recover.
Yeah, they did come up with it.
As the rain is pouring out there, folks. You can see it, I believe, on the screen. And that ball's come popping out of there. So Nettleton gets the ball at the 26-yard line. If, looking on the bright side, at least they've got the ball down on that end of the field. And
this end of the field.
They don't have it out here around midfield where they've had it.
Sit on about 25.
But the Redskins now back on defense. They've been on defense a lot here in the 2nd half. Give up the middle and finally wrestled down there after about a 7 or 8 yard gain is the fullback. Tackle made in there by number 44, Balt, and number 64, Pete Bound. 44. Nettleton's not passed as much as I thought they would. Ron, I really thought they'd try to pass a little more, even though it's raining. But Redskins, of course, with an excellent secondary, too. 2nd down, 9-3 for Nettleton. Ball at the 33 of the Raiders. Give us middle. He's wrestled up by Ball and Bound. And if he got anything, it'd be less than a yard. Michael Johnson, number 80, checks in. Good play to that defensive front line there. So it's going to be 3rd down now, and 3rd and about 2, so they're going to give him a yard. I think they gave him a generous spot there. So 3rd, now they back it up a little bit. It's going to be 3rd and a long 2. Redskins like to dig in here and hold right here. Force Nettleton to punt. Defense is set. They want to stop them right here. Pitch out, right side penalty flag, and the play is going to be stopped. We're going to have a motion on Nettleton. That's going to back it up 5 yards. It's going to back it up 5 yards, so it's going to be 3rd down now and about 7.
See what that field is getting muddier and muddier.
Oh, it is. It's really a mess out there, and I know some of you folks probably remember the Nettleton Redskin game in the playoffs here about 3 years ago. We defeated Nettleton over at Ridgecrest in the playoffs, a rain game. 3rd down. Quarterback still with the ball. Pass is complete out the corner. He's Number 44 ball, number 10, Stephen Malone, and he caught the ball, but he paid dearly for it, and it was a gain of about 3 yards. It's going to bring up 4th down for the Raiders. The line of scrimmage is the 33-yard line of Nettleton. So the Redskins should get the ball in decent field position. 9:35 to go in the game. Redskins lead it 7-2, and this rain bowl, I guess we can call it, or mud bowl.
It's going to be a mud bowl for us.
Not really that muddy because the field's, of course, still in good shape, but it is wet. There's the snap, and a good punt by Nettleton punters. Going to get a Nettleton roll. And the Redskins going to take over at their own 32. So the Redskins get the ball back at their own 32, first down and 10. Okay, the Redskins with first down and 10 from their own 32-yard line. Chester turns, hands the ball to Martin, and Martin up over about the 40-yard line before he's dragged down. Number 33, Shane Martin, on a good hard run. And that's exactly what the Redskins need to do, is just keep that ball on the ground, moving it like that, and move it on down and punch it in. And get a little insurance here because the score is only 7-2 and 8:50 left to go in the game. 7-2 our score, and a hard-fought ball game. A lot of fumbles, a lot of mistakes. Chester keeps the ball. Chester moves it up, and Chester's got the first down up to about the 44-yard line, and that's exactly what they need to do. First and 10 Redskins from the 44. Number 49, Chris Rose, checks in the ball game for the Redskins. Offensively 51, Chris Hinkle, and that's 77, Alex Phillips. Number 52, in at right tackle is Mike Emmons. First and 10, give to Martin, and Martin going to get about 3. He gets it up to about the close to 48. So it's going to be second down now and 7, a long 7 for the Redskins. Try to set the left guard line, number 60, Brian Jansen, in at left guard. Brian Perry, number 62, the left tackle. As up the line is Chester. Chester option right, and Chester cuts it up. And Chester's going to be dropped after a gain. He gets a couple. He gets it over midfield. But it looks like he had a little more. One more step, and I think he would have at least had the first down. But Nettleton comes up with a good play there as they hold him short of the first down. It's going to be third down now and 5. Redskins like to convert here on this third down play and hang on to the ball. And up to the line they are. Malone is split out wide right. Casey Chester in at quarterback. Option play right side, and Chester keeps the ball, and Chester's going to be dragged out of bounds on the 42-yard line. It's going to be short of the first down. But a good effort by Casey Chester. He knew where the first down was at. He knew he had to get just inside the 45. And he's dragged down at about the 47, I believe, where they're going to spot it. It's going to be about 2 yards short of the first down. So the Redskins going to punt the ball away here with 7 minutes and 1 second left to go in the game. They only lead it 7-2. At least they're going to get it on the other end of the field, Ron.
That's right.
As Martin sets the punt. Good snap. Big rush. Martin gets a low kick away, and it's going to be taken by Nettleton there, and he's going to be run down and drawn. Number 24, Brandon Cisco, makes an excellent tackle down on the 15-yard line, so that's where you want Nettleton on their own 15 with 6:51 left to go in the ball game. Redskins with a 7-2 lead. Folks, next week, Redskins will be on the road at Gosnell, and going into tonight, Gosnell was undefeated. So Redskins got two tough ball games right here to start the conference, and it'll be down at Gosnell. I know a lot of you went down 2 years ago, so you know where it's at. Gosnell's playing Corning tonight. Be interested to see how that comes out. We'd like as many people as possible. The junior high plays down there also on Thursday night. So first down and 10, and movement and that's going to be against the Raiders. It's offside Nettleton. It's going to back him up 5 more, so that's going to be back at the 10. And that's where we want, down on that end of the field.
Hear that.
It's just outside the 10, at the 11. So first down and 15 for Nettleton from their own 11. And, Ron, you know what I told you at halftime? I'm not going to start right now, but expect a big play here shortly.
Yep. Someone's going to, what'd you say?
Well, just, let's wait.
We'll wait and see.
Expect a big play here shortly.
There we go.
By the Redskins.
By the Redskins, okay.
I just got that feeling.
You got the feeling. I'm glad you did.
That's the line. First down 15 for Nettleton from their own 11-yard line. Penalty flags on the play, and I believe we got movement again. And Nettleton really shooting herself in the foot here. They're going to be back up 5 more. As it's going to be back on the 5. Now they're getting a taste of what the Redskins had to put up with for a large part of the third quarter, operating from inside their own 10-yard line.
That's right, they sure are.
6:07. The only problem with all this, we need this clock to run.
Yes, we did.
We don't care if the score is 14-2 or 7-2. We'll take it. One more point made, guys, that's all we want. Gibb off the right side, and he's got some running room out there. And he's going to be dragged down out on the 17-yard line by Brandon Cisco. It's going to be short of the first down, so a big play by Nettleton. Busted out of that hole. And that's not the big play I was talking about.
No, that's not the big play
for the Redskins.
No, we didn't want that big play.
Oh, no.
We need to stop. Stop and hold them right here.
But it's still second down and 9 for Nettleton because they were penalized 2 5-yard penalties. So that was a gain of about 11 yards on the play, a little more than that. And my math's not very good. Second down and 9 for Nettleton. 5:14 in the game. Back to pass is the quarterback. Pass is going to be complete, and he's going to be dropped there on the tackle number 10, Stephen Malone, on a good defensive play, and holds him short of the first down. So it's going to bring up third down. And let's see where they put the ball down. It's going to be about 3 yards short of the first down. So third down and 3 for Nettleton. And they're almost in the situation, though, Ron. Well, you know, you got your strategy comes into play here. They're almost what you would say fourth down time of the ball game, where if it was fourth down, they'd have to go for it. Yes, but I don't know with it being wet like this in the ball. You know, if they don't make it, they may elect to punt it. Head off right side, and he's going to be dropped. Number 61, Chad Benson, and I believe he got him short of the first down, and he did. A good play by number 61, Radar Benson. And Ron, your son come up with a good play. Did you teach him how to do that?
No, I couldn't do that, sir. I was fullback. I never played that.
A good play by Chad Benson, and stopped him short of the first down. So fourth down, and we'll see what Nettleton. Yeah, they're going to punt it. They're going to line up in punt formation. I'm going to put it that way. With 3:54 to go in the game, and with the ball slick like it is, you know, they're taking chances. The Redskins turning it over. And again, they get a good punt away, and it's going to go roll there. I think there's a magnet down there on about the 32-yard line. This one's going to roll down on 33.
So 3 minutes and 39 seconds remaining in the game. I'll tell you, it could be a key. How much can we run off here, Gary?
Okay, the Redskins, of course, what they're going to want to do is keep the ball on the ground and get, I'm not sure how many timeouts Nettleton's got, but they want to run, because they want to run clock out. But if they can get a couple of first downs and run 5, 6, 7 plays and move this ball on down here around midfield, they'll be in a lot better position. Because if they have to punt the ball away, it'll be down on the other end. They just need to hold on the ball. And Martin's got the ball, and Martin fights forward for about 3. And boy, they've really stopped the middle up tonight. Martin's not been able to get much up there, as Martin's been the workhorse up the middle this year for the Redskins. And we're going to have a timeout by Nettleton right here with 3:29 left to go in the ball game.
Coach is right there.
You bet. They braved the weather to watch the Redskins. Okay, we're on second down now and 7 for the Redskins from the 37-yard line. Option play right. Chester kicks. 45, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122 Well, the safety came over and, you know, he had the angle on Chester, and Chester just flat out running. That's all there is to it.
More momentum going there that he can catch up with.
He just flat out running, and insurance for the Redskins here with 3:17 left in the game. They lead it 13-2 with the extra point attempt coming up. And that was, let's see, that was 63-yard touchdown, I believe. I believe they were on.
I believe it was.
They were on 37. 63-yard touchdown for Casey Chester, and the Redskins are on the board again, and they lead the ball game. And there's the kicker. It's good. It's good. The kick is up and good by number 24, Brandon Cisco, and the Redskins lead this ball game 14-2. And the fans are excited down there tonight. A lot of heavy fans. And you folks that missed the ball game, you missed a good ball game. It's been a defensive struggle here in the mud, but the Redskins have been able to produce quite a bit of offense. And, of course, Casey Chester that time produced 63 yards of it on one play.
This has been a good game. In fact, that was your big play, wasn't it? You went for first time.
I told you so, Ron. I told you the Redskins were going to come up with a big play. I just had that feeling. I had that feeling. Brandon Cisco, number 24, set the kickoff for the Redskins. There's 3:17 left to go in the game. Redskins lead at 14-2. And Cisco's kick's going to be a swiveler taken at the 30. And he's going to be cut down there by number 41, Brent Reynolds. And also number 83, David Williams, and McFall over there to finish him off. But good kick coverage by the Redskins that time, and Nettleton with 3:13. I think they'll have to come out fast from here.
They'll have to.
Because they've got to score twice, and with 3:13, the Redskins have not, Nettleton, I'm sure their yardage is going to be, when they total it up, they're going to have more yards than you think they would have, but they've not really threatened really back pass is the quarterback. Pass out on the flat, and it's going to be complete. And he's going to be finally tackled over there by number 44, Craig Baltz, and Stephen Malone. But a big play for Nettleton as they move the ball down in Redskin territory to 37, so that was probably their biggest play of the night.
That's where we need to hold them.
2:50 to go in the game, and conceivably, it's not over till it's over. Nettleton could punch one on the board here and go for two. Give it 14-10. They still have to score a touchdown, but, they would onside kick it. Back to pass is the quarterback. Pass out in the flat, and it's going to be complete, and it's going to be dropped there by number 10, Stephen Malone. It's going to be short of the first down, but he's going to be out of bounds at about the 27-yard line.
No Kiwi game tomorrow. I repeat, no Kiwi game tomorrow. They will be rescheduled at a later date.
They run back here with second down and yard for Nettleton. They're at the 27 of the Redskins. 2:36 left in the game. And Nettleton with two pass plays in a row has
Up the middle.
Middle play. Let's see, the Redskins have got it. That's right. Redskins come up with the ball. Number 57, Joe Jansen comes up with the ball. And number 57, you may just have assured your team a victory.
That's for sure.
A big fumble recovery by number 57, Joe Jansen, and Redskins have the ball back now with 2:32 left to go. And if I'm not mistaken, Nettleton's only got one timeout left. So the Redskins, they could pick up a first down here. I believe they could probably run the clock out with one first down. Chester still in at quarterback. Redskins just need to hang on to the ball. There's a lot of fumbles in the ball game. Martin with it, and Martin's going to pick up a couple. He's up close to the 30. We've got a timeout by Nettleton, and I believe that's their last one. I'm not sure. They may have one more.
Well, we'll take a timeout with them. Kind of hot and tired.
Yeah, and soaked to the gills.
To the gills. Looks the mud down.
Chris Hinkle, Brian Perry, Stephen Malone, and there's the Chad attack in the 32, and also Craig Baltz in the 44. Getting a little breather here as number 70 on offensive center for the Redskins now is Nicky Wallace. And Second down. Chester keeps the ball and gets a couple more as the clock continues to run. And I believe Nettleton's going to take their final timeout. And I'm almost certain that is their final timeout. With 1:58 to go, Nettleton takes the timeout. Redskins lead it 14-2. Here on third down, now and 6 for the Redskins. Option play. Chester keeps the ball, and he's going to gain maybe a yard. So the Redskins are going to have to punt the ball away with 1:48 and the clock running down. Nettleton does not have any more timeouts left. So they're going to get the ball with about 1 minute and 20 seconds to go, something like that. If the Redskins don't take as much time as possible, that's what they're going to do. And I believe they're going to let it run completely down and take the penalty. As the 25-second clock is down to 5, and Redskins going to elect to take a penalty and just take as much time off that clock as possible. So they're going to punt the ball 5 yards farther back.
That they are.
14-2 is our score with 1:16 to go. The Redskins in the lead. Number 33, Shane Martin, standing back on his own 15-yard line. Set the punt, and you can bet Nettleton's going to be coming trying to block this. And very important punt right here for the Redskins. Good snap. Here they come. And Martin gets it away.
Excellent punt.
And he gets a good Redskin roll down the 27-yard line. Good punt by Shane Martin all the way to the 27-yard line. And they're going to let, you know, the clock don't stop.
No, it doesn't.
They weren't going to touch the ball.
No, don't touch it. That's the thing to do.
Play by the Redskins. Let that clock run.
Excellent play.
So 1 minute and 2 seconds. So really the Redskins, had they not elected to take that penalty, Nettleton would have had about 20 more seconds, or maybe 25 seconds to go. But and Martin got an excellent punt away all the way down to the 27. What you bet Ronnie air it out this time?
Oh, they'll air it out big time.
Nettleton up the line, first down and 10, back to pass is the quarterback, pass out in the flat, and it's going to be caught at the 33-yard line. And it's going to be not enough for a first down, so the clock's going to run with 48, 47, running down. Redskins with the lead. They're playing a prevent type defense. They don't mind those little passes like that. They can throw them all they want to down here. They just don't let anybody get deep as they line up a trip set to the right. Quarterback rolls right. And now he's going to run the ball. Now he throws it way down the field. It's going to be intercepted. No. I thought Chester had it.
I did too.
I think Casey thought he had it too. As he and a pass receiver kind of both going for the ball. I thought Chester had the bead on it down to 31. Number 76 checks in the ball game for the Redskins. That's Chris Smith. And number 72 also in the ball game, Ryan Cooper. And let's see, Michael Johnson, number 80 in there, 55, Kevin Mason in there, Brian Jackson, number 60, number 21, Ralph Collier. So a lot of the second teamers getting a chance to play here. Some of them are not really second teamers, but number 11, Philip Brinkley, in the game now. Third down now and about 5. Back to pass is the quarterback. Pass over the middle, that's going to be broken up. Malone and a whole host of Redskins. I thought Malone was going to come down with it. Broken up down at the 47. Number 65 checks in the game now, Terrence Haley. So it's going to be fourth down now for the Raiders. 16 seconds left to go in the game. Redskins lead at 14-2. 75 checks in, Josh Bettis. And don't forget next week, down at Gosnell, and Gosnell going into tonight's ball game, we're undefeated. So have a real good ball team. We need as many people as possible to come down there and that's right, try to help get another victory for the Redskins and keep this conference race moving. Back to pass. It's going to be intercepted. And Malone had it. And Stephen. Oh, my God, review.
He tried, though. I mean, let's give him a little credit for that.
He had it. Stephen, you had lights in your eyes, son. You can see that scoreboard lighting up.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Oh, Stephen Malone on a good play there, broke the pass up.
Almost want to say, out for the geese.
And had clear sailing to the end zones, but Stephen's got one time. You got to take the ball with you.
That's right.
We can kid him a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Good play by Malone. He broke on the ball. That was a good play because he saw it coming, made a good break at the right time, and Redskins take over the ball here, and they're just going to snap it and fall on it with 11 seconds to go. And they're going to win this ball game 14-2 over the Nettleton Raiders, and they're going to move to 4-0 on the year, and more importantly, 1-0 in the conference.
For conference. That's right.
And we'll see everybody next week down at Gosnell. Don't forget the junior high game down at Gosnell and the senior high game.
That's right. Y'all stay tuned, and we'll be bringing you back the junior high action football against Nettleton also. They won yesterday 6-0. Once again, this has been your Pocahontas Redskins Network.